really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to Professor Z invited me to come here, and it's really my pleasure to collaboration and cooperation with Professor Z and his research team. As you know, the topic of our research is research on the structure and interaction of floating offshore wind energy substructures. About myself, I'm an associate professor at Saghi Hassan University in Iran. Before my academic career, I spent 11 years working for some companies, so I know the priorities of industry. What's my background? I graduated from Ferdowsi University of Mashhad around 11 years ago. And the topic of my thesis was two-dimensional simulation of the interaction of fluid and solid body in the sloshing phenomenon of sloshing and impact of waves and structures. I published 12 scientific papers from my thesis. You can see some most cited publication here, extracted from my PhD, mostly about sloshing, free surface flows, and volume of fluid methods, and mostly about sloshing. And also, we published my supervisor, Professor Mohammad Jawad Khatari, and we published a book when I was a PhD student. This book, Principle of Research in Engineering. This book is a reference in Iran for research methodology. It's I think it's published for 7 or 8 times in Iran. When I was in Croatia around 2 years ago, my supervisor, Professor Kader, and I decided to to prepare the second edit of the book, and we added some chapters in that time. But unfortunately, my supervisor passed away after preparing when I was in Croatia, and he passed away. I can say that day was one of the lowest days for me because I was far from my country, and it was really difficult to me. Anyway, so we couldn't publish the second edition of the book. But about my university, Hakim Sadri University is this university in Iran, and I got into teaching at the university in 2013. After that, I focused on some topics. My research interests where is sloshing, floating object, and entropy generation. You can see some my published paper here about floating object, sloshing, and entropy generation. I was selected as one of the best researchers in Hakim Sadri University in 2018. About my international collaboration and cooperation, in 2019, I had a visit from Dalian University of Technology. Professor David Ning invited me to have a collaboration with his research team, and the topics we worked was sloshing using open phone. And here you can see some papers published. Was there. After that, in 2020, Professor Espiros Girdaris from Aalto University in Finland invited me, and we worked on sloshing, flexible baffle, and floating fluid water. And we could publish 3 papers in Engineering Analysis of Boundary Element journal and ship and outdoor structure. And last year I was in Zagreb, and Professor Joshua also invited me to work on a project from European Union. This project was about submarine, and we had to model by using OpenFOAM to extract a resistant coefficient, and we could publish 2 papers. And for the first time, an ideal path through my mind that can use artificial neural network as an open box, not black box, to extract some equation. Also, for very simple structure for 1 or 2 hidden layer neuron, and we could extract some new equations, a formula for resistant coefficient. Okay, about here, Korea University. As you know, the topic of the research is floating offshore wind turbine. You can see here there are different kind of floating offshore substructure, actually, because the main topic of the research is substructure, and there are different kinds: TLP, Starboy, semi-submersible, and pontoon or barge. Our plan can be modeling, numerical modeling of the floating platform and wind turbine separately by using OpenFOAM for a validation purpose and evaluate the effect of, especially the effect of the viscosity on the results. And also we can use Hydro and XR, a fully coupled model considering environment force and hydroplasticity and marine line system. Actually, the viscosity is one of the most important parameters in the modeling, so we have to use OpenFOAM. But because it's really time consuming, we cannot use OpenFOAM for a real life situation. So as we have a discussion with Professor Z, probably we use OpenFOAM for an academic research, for a model scale. However, we can discuss more about this topic, this subject, and for a real life situation, we can use Hydro and XR. So, for this research, we can compare different kind of floating offshore wind turbine, wind platform, TLPs, Starboy, submersible, and pontoon. Especially pontoon is really popular, and you can compare different kind. After selection geometry, you can optimize the geometry of the selected geometry of the platform of floating offshore wind turbine. And finally, integration of floating offshore wind turbine and wave energy converter, especially for pontoon or barge type support, can be an idea. As you can see in this picture, is integration of floating offshore wind turbine and WEC, or wave energy converters. There are too many ideas we can work on them, about mooring line, configuration of mooring line and optimization, and different environmental conditions can be considered, and configuration of the platform, and also tower from hydrodynamic and hydrodynamical and structural aspect we can focus. However, in my opinion, we can talk with some companies work on this field. As I remember Professor T introduced one of them, and we can ask them about the difficulties they have. We can focus on them. Maybe it's more practical. Finally, I think brainstorming can be very useful, and I asked the guys who will work on this project study some related papers, and we can discuss together. Anybody can have idea and can discuss together. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.